Hi guys, Selena Walker here, naturopath and nutritionist, living deep in nature here at Ysbryd and I'm here to help you create a healthy body, healthy mind and healthy planet. So today it's Sunday, and Sunday morning I love to do self-care Sunday, and one of the things I love doing is creating a face mask, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. So why do we want to do a face mask? Well, our skin is our largest organ, and it's the last to receive nutrients and the first to show signs of deficiencies. And over the last couple of weeks, I've accidentally had something in my diet that shouldn't be there. And I've noticed, you can probably notice in the video, my skin has had a few eruptions because my skin is trying to get the toxins out. Our body likes to choose the skin to get the toxins out because it's a very safe way of getting the toxins out of our body. And certain parts of our face actually show where those toxins are coming from. So for instance, you women out there, you might get spots on your chin when you're premenstrual. Around this area here is if your liver is struggling. So I'm going to be doing a face mask today to encourage my skin to excrete the toxins out and to give it some nourishment. So let me share with you what I'm going to be putting in my face mask today and show you how simple it is to make your own. So I've got in here some kelp powder, so seaweed powder. I've got some matcha green tea powder, this is ceremony grade. And I've also got some kaolin powder, so that's clay powder. Most clay powders would work for this. So the kelp I'm using to nourish my skin. So that would be like, I class that as my skin food really. The green matcha tea is to give my skin a boost of antioxidants, and the kaolin is to bring the toxins out. So those are the trio, that's my favourite trio that I like using. And I simply just mix it with some of our gorgeous spring water that we have here. And then the other things that's quite good to have at hand, mirror. I like to use a natural sponge to take it off at the end, so that's quite handy to have. I also use some argan oil on my skin at the end. And just a simple bowl and a spoon to mix it together. It's that easy. So all I'm simply going to do is I'm going to put a teaspoon of each of the powders. So a teaspoon of the kelp powder, a teaspoon of the green matcha powder, and a teaspoon of the kaolin powder. Now those of you that know me know that sometimes I say things slightly wrong, so apologies if any of those are said a bit wrong. So I've got a lovely selection of powders there, and all I'm going to do is mix those powders up. It's a bit like making a cake, isn't it? So I'm just mixing those up, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drizzle some of the water in and mix. And I'm aiming for the consistency a bit like runny mashed potato or thick yoghurt. Those are the easiest two ways to describe it. And the beauty about this is if I get it wrong, if it's a bit too runny, I can add more of the powders in equal quantities. If it's a bit too thick, I add some more of the water. It's that simple. So you just want to aim to give it a good mix and bash out the lumps really. And obviously you want to make sure you've got enough for your whole face, but it's surprising how little you actually need because you don't want it to be too thick going on your skin, otherwise it's just going to run off. So you only want, that's probably a good thickness, so you can see it will drop off the spoon but quite slowly. Because if it's too runny, it just takes ages to dry, and as I said, it could simply just run off your face. So you're probably looking at creating about 2 tablespoons of face mask. And you want to use it quite quickly because it will start to dry out. I'm just going to drizzle a tiny bit more water in that mixture. And again, if I add too much water, then I can just simply add some more of the powders. So that's looking good to me now. That's like thick, runny mashed potato. So now it's time to do the fun stuff and get it on my face. You know it's time to wash off when you can hardly speak because it's dried around your mouth. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear what I'm saying, but I'm going to do this now before it all dries out. and you definitely won't be able to hear what I'm saying. So once it's dry, wash. So it's all washed off. Skin's feeling really good. Haven't made too much of a mess. The sponge is ideal for any mess. You can just sponge it off. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some argan oil on, because what I've just done, I've washed it all off with warm water, then splashed some cold water on then to clear the pores, so that warm water gets the gunk out and the cold water closes the pores down. So I'm now going to use some of this amazing argan oil, only a couple of drops, that's all you need. 1, 2, probably be plenty. Rub it in my hands, put it over my skin, because you always want to moisturise afterwards, because the clay can be drying, so you want to make sure that everywhere the mask has been, you moisturise. But with oil, it's really good to use the dropper tops, because that stops you from overdoing it. You only need a couple of drops of the oil. And my skin is feeling amazing. Now, don't be surprised if you start using face masks if the next couple of days you actually have some breakouts or you get some whiteheads, because all that is showing the mask has done its job. It's bringing the gunk to the surface, getting the toxins out. And all the whiteheads are where the white blood cells have come to the surface to gobble up all the nasties and died, and then the white has to come out. So it's all good stuff. You know, when I look in there, I can see some of the breakouts that I was having on my skin are starting to come to the surface. So that's fantastic. So hopefully this has inspired you to create your own face masks and nourish your skin. You could do an all body one, but that would probably be a bit messy. But our face is what gets exposed to all the elements. So why not give your face some skin food? So the main rules I use when doing a face mask is to nourish and get the toxins out. I put the face mask on, I wait until it's gone dry, until generally I can't speak, and then I wash it off with warm water, using the sponge to gently wash it off. Then I put cold water, splash my face with cold water, and then I always nourish my face with a gentle oil, and I highly recommend the organic argan oil to use. Coconut oil can sometimes be a bit thick, so good argan oil is nice and runny, and you'd only need a couple of drops. Your face shouldn't look greasy after it. So I would love to hear from you in the comments below what face masks you have been experimenting with. Post me some photographs of what you're looking like. And remember, if you've enjoyed this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, head on over to my website selinawalker.earth and subscribe to my newsletter for weekly hints and tips on how you can have a healthy body, healthy mind to create a healthy planet. I look forward to seeing you soon.